Shady. I'm gonna give you a second, actually. You good?
I'm always good, baby.
Always
It's Philadelphia, I'm always good.
You blame Aaron Rodgers for what's going on in Green Bay?
Absolutely. When I watched that game yesterday, first of all, I went to the game. Did I tell you that? Mm-hmm. So I'm late.
I don't know how you made it back.
Anyway, private jet. I can afford it. But listen, when I watched that game,
well done.
Yo, I've never seen Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. I never see him like defeated. It like he didn't want to play yesterday. And like he didn't want to compete. If you watch the game, they started handing the ball off like in the second quarter. All their movements was running the ball. So I blame him. When have you seen a Packer offense don't want to throw the ball? He didn't want to throw the ball. He didn't want to be there. And everyone wants to take the blame. Oh, it can't be Aaron Rodgers. It got to be the young receivers. It got to be the running backs. No, it's you. It's number 12. Because I'm going to say it.
Dave, who you blame?
Look, there's plenty of blame to go around when the Green Bay Packers are 3-5, and Aaron Rodgers is part of that. But honestly, I'm a little surprised, Shady. Like, that was the offensive game plan that I think this group of Green Bay Packers needs to utilize. It's like they remembered they had Aaron Jones. They ran for 200 yards.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for success. Rodgers, he did throw a pick. Like, I didn't think he was terrible. And actually, the young receivers stepped up for him.
Right.
Romeo Doubs, made one of the catches of the year.
Yeah.
My thing is this. I said it at the beginning of the year. I thought this was going to be a different Packers team. I thought they were going to lean on the run. Rodgers was going to make do with what he could in the passing game, and their defense was going to help carry them across the finish line. Like, I was projecting this defense to have a Cowboys sort of impact, the way the Cowboys defense has kept them relevant. The stats will tell you that they're middle of the pack. They're not awful, but they don't look good, man. The Bills did whatever they wanted to against those guys. They had 24 first-half points. They scored on 4 of their first 5 possessions. When you know you don't have a high-powered offense, what are you supposed to do with that? Like, if the Bills are just naming their score, what is this version of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense supposed to do? And this is a defense? They got 6 first-round picks starting. Like, they've been investing in this thing with the idea that, yeah, we'll finally have a defense that can help us out. They don't look like it. Like, Jair Alexander played pretty nice because they wouldn't put him on Stephon Diggs for whatever reason. Maybe they should rethink that. Yeah. But, like, they've got a ton of talent on this defense, and they are not playing like it. Like, again, I understand it's the Bills, but you got to be able to do more than letting them score on 4 of their first 5 possessions.
Blaming Aaron Rodgers.
It's 3 parts equally. Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back league MVP. Is he more talented than Tom Brady? Blah, blah, blah. Matt LaFleur, wonder kid. Oh, my God, look what he's done with Aaron Rodgers in this offense. 13-3 every single year. Crushing the NFC North. And then this very conservative, well-run Green Bay Packers front office. Just making slight moves here, and we're always put together and very well-run. The Green Bay Packers are very comfortable doing regular season stuff. And the problem is, because Aaron Rodgers looks the way he looks and puts up the numbers, used to put up the numbers that he would put up, we all fall into this spell that they're capable of doing more than they are. Why do we think that? Why do we hold the Packers to a lower standard than we hold the Dallas Cowboys? The Green Bay Packers were the number 1 seed in the NFC. They had home field advantage in the frozen tundra. What happened? What was the difference between that game and what happened to the Dallas Cowboys? But we're talking about firing Mike McCarthy. We're talking about, is Dak the guy? What happened to the Green Bay Packers? Why are we not discussing that? Right. They just get a pass on everything. Always a pass. There's no reason we should hold Dak Prescott to a higher standard than we hold the back-to-back league MVP. Right. And I'm not holding wide receivers who would be like number 4 guys on any other team to a standard of Aaron Rodgers. These guys should not be getting banged on the way that they are. Why do we even expect that? They're dealing with injuries from the top guys that they did have. It's not their fault that they're not playing up to the level of Devontae Adams. Why did you think they were going to be able to replace Devontae Adams with volume? Right. There's no secrets in the NFL. You need a serviceable quarterback to a good to great quarterback, right? You got to be at least serviceable to win. You need weapons for that quarterback to throw to, and you need someone on the other side of the ball to get to their quarterback. Right. It's not a secret. It's just everyone tries to be smarter than the secrets. That's it. Just look at the results from the Super Bowls and the good teams. That's what you got to have. For whatever reason, the Green Bay Packers consistently don't think you need weapons. They don't. I don't know why. I can't seem to figure it out. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers took all the money, which he's entitled to do. But as you know, when you take all the money, you don't get the players around you that get paid well because you get paid more. And Green Bay's already not a free agent destination.
Right, that's true.
And Matt LaFleur did elevate Aaron Rodgers. But what did that equate to? Have they won a Super Bowl? What are they doing now that they don't have the schemes for the over-the-top plays that they were doing with Davante Adams? What's happening now? Great coaches are able to elevate the talent that they have, or push back on the front office to say, these players are not going to work with our scheme and what we do, so we need to be more aggressive and bring them in. I'm just trying to figure out why everyone thought this Green Bay Packers team was going to look different than they look.
I think the reason lies in this. Aaron Rodgers, historically at least, has been able to elevate receivers that aren't Davante Adams, and/or he's been able to turn receivers into Davante Adams. Whether James Jones, whether Jordy Nelson, whether Randall Cobb, whether Greg Jennings, whether Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers has taken second and third round picks and made them into superstars. So I think Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were looking at Allen Lazard and were like, oh, if I can do it with Jordy, sure, I'll be able to do it with you. If I can do it with Randall Cobb, I can do it with you, Watson. If I can do it with Greg Jennings, Davante Adams, I can do it with you, Dobbs. I think that is the error the Green Bay Packers have been making and have made. Really, the person I'm going to blame is Matt LaFleur. Aaron Rodgers, we know the blame he gets. But I'm blaming Matt LaFleur for this reason. When I saw Quay Walker, the linebacker, get that penalty, and he went to the sideline, and instantly Matt LaFleur was like, you know, it's always the second person that gets caught. But there was no second person. Quay Walker, linebacker for the Packers.
Terrible.
You get up, you get ejected, and the Bills coach was trying to help you up. So then Quay Walker runs to the sideline, and this is when the coach has a statement to make, not just for now, for the future. And LaFleur says, hey, it's always the second person, always. That is not coaching. What is coaching is what you're watching here. Buffalo Bills score a touchdown. Stephon Diggs about to get a penalty, just like we saw DJ Moore get. But the Bills' teammates are sprinting to keep him from getting penalized. Joy alluded to it earlier in the show, and we do all agree that is the difference between winning and losing. And we are not seeing Matt LaFleur help elevate this team to become better. Shady, when you watch Matt LaFleur, and obviously you was at the game, you saw what was going on with the Bills, do you put any blame on Matt LaFleur, or are you really looking at Rodgers like you'd have $150 million?
Well, yeah. I mean, Coach, he gets some of the blame. He's the guy that puts players in position to win, right? And you know, mistakes like that, costly penalties, that reflects on the coach. But let's not get fooled here. It's Aaron Rodgers. When we talk about wins and losses, they give it all to the quarterback. When Jimmy G goes out there and does the minimal job of throwing the ball and they get the win, he gets all the praise. Aaron Rodgers, the number one seeds back-to-back, MVP back-to-back. He gets the praise for that. So he deserves some of this blame for these guys looking bad. Young receivers, you got to elevate these guys.
Can he turn it around?
I don't think so. And not just from the physical part, but the leadership. I don't see no leadership with Aaron Rodgers. And as a quarterback, as a GOAT, you got to have that. You got to have it where guys believe in you. Yo, when I first got with Tom Brady with the Bucs, we won a championship with that run, that's the first time a quarterback, I'm just going to say it, that's the first time I played with a player where I believe everything he says is going to happen. Shady, yo, look, go out there and walk on water. You'll be okay. Are you sure, Tom? All right. And then I'll be okay. Like, you got to make your guys believe. So
Did you ever walk on water?
No, I didn't. And so if I'm a veteran going through that, imagine what a rookie's confidence is.
Yeah.
I got your back. Where them guys, he don't have them guys back, and they know it. So it's hard for them to go out there and give you their best and play mistake-free. If I think every time I make a mistake, he's going to talk about me in the media. He's going to talk about me to my teammates. So I blame him for a lot of these the results we're seeing with the Packers.
Very well said.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.